Welcome back to SwitchCorner. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at Super Mario Bros. 35 on the Nintendo Switch. This one, they've taken the Tetris 99 formula, mixed it all together then with our favourite plumber. But how does it play? What do you need to know before you get started? And yeah, most importantly of course, is it fun? So hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. So ever since its announcement just recently, this is one I have been psyched for, not only because I love classic like 2D Mario, but I just wanted to understand how it all worked, and I'll be honest, straight off the bat, like Tetris 99, the game does very little to actually explain anything to you outside of you're playing in a battle royale of 35 and you've got to keep beating levels. Why they haven't thought to throw a quick tutorial in, I do not know, but fortunately enough I will say it's relatively simple to kind of work things out. First off, the platforming, true to the visuals, it's simple, sprint and jump with all the usual power-ups, I think mushroom stars, fire flowers and so on. Your overall goal really is simple, survive, be the last Mario standing. So how is this a battle royale, you ask? Well, when you defeat enemies, they'll be sent flying to your opponent's screen a few feet ahead of them. You can choose which opponent you want to send the enemies to using the right stick manually, which is near honestly useless because you can barely see what's happening with 35 screens surrounding you. You just don't have time to strategize in that way. Same problem actually occurred in Tetris 99 as well, so I wouldn't even try to bother with that option. Your best option, use that right stick and the game will auto control this from 4 available options at the top of the screen. We get random, the most kinds, the lowest amount of time left, and then attackers. To understand these first, you need to understand some of the core features. First, coins. Coins can be used with the push of the X button to try your potluck, like a spinning power-up in the top left corner. You'll need 20 coins so to take advantage of this. Then when we're attacking any of the enemies, as we kill them or send them our opponent's way, that's actually going to add time to our clock. So that's going to be essential to your progression as well. Finally, the further you get, the countdown is obviously going to get tighter and tighter, especially as your screen fills with tons of enemies. So when would you use these attack patterns? Well, my strategy went like this. First, attack the attackers. Sending enemies my way early was a good thing for me, in fact, because with each enemy I defeated, the bigger my time buffer got. I didn't really go for speed, it seemed kind of pointless, so I took my time. Get to those last 10 Marios standing though, and I switched to coins. I wanted to force them to get rid of these coins early before they got to, let's say, the final 5, because in these final moments, if they took a spin and let's say they got a star, that's going to make life very easy for them as they're going up against, characters like Bowser. Then finally, the last 5, which was rare for me, honestly. I targeted the lowest timer. They are the ones that are struggling. That was normally me, but it's just a case of getting rid of the weakest link. While it doesn't feel as competitive as Tetris 99, honestly, was well suited for the concept, there is something completely addictive about the formula, and while I wish it did more to highlight, the competition you are facing, gotta say I'm having a lot of fun with it. Now, all this competing wouldn't mean anything without rewards, and I'm happy to say there's actually a fair few here. Badges for your profile, they can be added from the main screen. There's a whole lot of them to uncover as well. New levels, the more you progress, the more you'll have at your disposal, with a total of 32. And then finally, leveling up. Leveling up is always a good thing to me, and it displays your progress here towards that next level on the main menu. The only thing I will say I wish here was I wish the game told me what I was gaining XP for. Would killing more enemies get me more points, for example, or is it just simply based on surviving? I wish I understood the logic behind the system, because I think it would influence the way you play as you chase for that next level. It would make you take almost, more risks. To wrap things up then, we get a nice stats menu that shows us directly how you've done. Very nice touch, it's things like how many enemies you've taken down, which is crazy. In an hour, I've taken well over 1,000 enemies down. There's daily challenges, a practice mode where you can run through a level of your choice. You get the option actually as you progress to start your runs with a power-up activated for me. Fire flower all the way. Then finally, even a special battle mode, which will be rotating every few weeks with different challenges. Gotta give it to them, content wise it is impressive. There's a few small tweaks I'd like to see, but yeah, for the most part I think it's fair to say this definitely succeeds at what it was, aiming for. So graphics and audio, we're going to lump these together for this one because it's going to be quick. It's 8-bit Mario Bros. Who don't love 8-bit Mario with levels lifted directly from the series? There's a few tweaks that have been made to make it all, you know, of course, a tiny bit more on the challenging side, but yeah, looks great with all the variety you would have come to expect. Then it's all wrapped up with some modern menus and borders to, of course, show you, you know, what's happening with everyone else. I have one problem though, and it's a funny one, but when you're sending enemies your opponent's way, they fly all over the screen. Like I said, it's like lines. The problem is if they're flying directly to the right, it's almost like enemies are flying at Mario, and I was having a panic attack thinking showers were coming my way, and eventually one did come at me and it got lost in this mess. It's a rare thing, but it was one I noticed a couple of times when my opponent was just perfectly to my left hand side. Audio then, simplistic stuff, takes what you know, a few attack and jump sounds, throws in a few classic tracks for good measure. Cannot complain on sound. This is probably one of the best soundtracks ever, or it's got to be up there in like at least the top 10. So overall, Super Mario Bros. 35, I'm having a great time, and I mean it's free. Download it and try it. Not like you're losing anything by giving it a go. It's for sure not an easy game, and no doubt the skill level will just continue to grow from here. But it's such an interesting idea, and working out that optimal, route and how you use the attacks is a lot of fun, like Tetris 99, and I'll put it out there now, I suck at Mario, still having a great time. Mario to me has always been a fantastic game, but rarely has it felt like edge of your seat action, and that's kind of what they're nailing here. I wish I could see what helps me, level up, but that's really about it as far as like complaints go. No score from me today. It's Mario, it's free to play, you know exactly what you're getting into here, but I urge everyone to give this a shot because this might be one of the most unique spins on the Mario formula to date, and that's a hell of a way to celebrate a character that changed the face of gaming forever. Here is to another 35 years. Thanks for watching. Have you downloaded it? What do you think so far? With that then, like a shout out to the patrons who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you want to check that out for yourself, it is linked in the video description down below. Then finally, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.